So we have understood the definition of a function. We have also seen how does we pass values into a function and how we can return multiple values from a function, right? So we are pretty good clear with understanding the concepts of function, right? Now let's extend the properties of functions in detail. First we'll start with understanding the types of arguments. Basically, we see the syntax of a function. You see, you have in these parentheses you write some arguments or parameters, right? So in that we have given basically two arguments like a comma b, you see multiple examples, but actually we'll be having multiple types of arguments such as positional, keyword, default arguments, variable length arguments, keyword variable length arguments. You need not worry because you pass some arguments into a function, so that basically we assign some values. So that is the reason I'll explain very clearly what are the types of arguments we are going to learn and actually what do you mean by an argument there. Okay, so practically let's go with an example, then it will be easier for us to understand. So if I don't want the results of above this, what I'll do, I just close these quotations and I'll just end it here, right? That means this entire script is into description format. Now if you want to understand the concept of arguments, basically let's go with the syntax of function itself, because in syntax of function you see you have given arguments or parameters. That means you define some values, right? So generally when a function is defined, it can have any number of parameters. You need not specifically tell that it has only a comma b as 2, or you write c d e f. You cannot write a b c d e f right there itself, right? There you split it, I mean you try to use a variable length. That's where you have variable length arguments, and you define, make it simple, right? If you define a function like this, suppose if I write define a of, I write some values like a comma b, and I written a simple logic like return of c plus d, something like I pass the values, not c plus d, I written a plus b, because I have given the arguments as a comma b, and directly I give print of a of, directly I'll write 15 comma 2. What does that mean? So 15 is pointing to a and b is 2. So when you save and you execute it, you can directly see the result as 17. You need not worry about that logic. But what if you increase the number of arguments here, something like if you write some 5, because I just gave a skeleton of a function here, I'm writing in a very simple way, but the best format is you need to write docstring for every function you write, and you just follow the process. You just go with the same loop. So when you execute this, you will get an error clearly. You see, a function takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. That's where you have positional arguments. And if you define a keyword, basically that keyword should match and the count should match, and you can make one argument as default. That's where you have different types. So just let us first understand the types of arguments. Before that, let us make it simple of understanding what are formal and actual arguments, because you might not have heard these words, but let me make it simple. If I want this thing to be included in description, I should remove these quotations here. So formal and actual arguments, because when we define a function, it may have any number of parameters, because those parameters are basically used to receive the values from the user, or you enter the values, right? That is basically from outside the function. So basically they are called as formal arguments. Something like here a comma b is called as formal arguments, 15 comma 2 and actually 5 you need not written right over there. So this 15 comma 2 are called as actual arguments. So basically when we call the function, we should pass some data to it and we pass some values into the function. So those values when you pass to the function, when you call the function, are called as actual arguments, and when you pass, when you are declaring the function, are called as formal arguments. That's why I'll make it very simple. The difference between formal arguments and actual arguments are, when we define a function, because it should be very clear when we go ahead, when we define a function, we expect the values. When we define a function, basically it may have some parameters, which are useful, which are useful to receive values outside of the function, which are useful to receive the values outside of the function. So basically those are called as formal arguments. That means in the above case a comma b are called as formal arguments outside of the function. So these are called as formal arguments because we are trying to expect values from the user. That is the difference between formal and actual. So when I say formal, that is basically we are expecting, we define a function, we receive the values outside of the function. And when we call the function, basically we should pass some values or data. We should pass some values according to the function defined arguments. We should pass some values according to it. Then the function will be executed. That's where those values are called as actual arguments. Those values are called as actual argument. That's where formal and actual differs. You think both are same? Yes, we need to match them basically, but internally both the definitions are different, formal and actual. So to illustrate that, let me take up a simple example. I define sum or sum is my function name, because basically sum is a default function also, or built-in function, you need not worry. So I will take a comma b, sum of a comma b. Here I take a comma b are basically formal arguments because you try to pass the values outside the function. But what you are missing here? You are missing colon. That's where you made a mistake. So just press enter, automatically you get indentation. So there you write any logic, whether you return the values or anything. I give c equal to a plus b, I just give print of c. In any way you can write because you are comfortable now, right? Now when you call the function here, so you just call the function, and I am not writing any docstring here because you are already habituated. I am just trying to explain it. Even if you need, I will just write a docstring. So I will triple quotes understanding arguments. I will write it as understanding arguments, triple quotes close. Okay. Now when you call the function, you can pass the values. You need not give a comma b only. You can pass x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 25. You can give anything, and now you call the function sum of, what you can give? You can directly give x comma y. You need not worry. You need not expect that you should only give a comma b. No need, because here x and y are basically actual arguments. That's where we are passing values to the function when it is being called. So when you say what is x plus y? 25 plus 15, you should expect the value as 40. Now let me execute this. You see, you got the value as 40 directly. Or if you try to write like this, sum of, if you want to give code, you see the description over there, and gnan. So save and execute this. You get 40 and code, and you can pass anything until and unless the count of arguments is matching. So this is where a comma b are formal arguments, x comma y are actual arguments. So based on this, we have basically 5 types of arguments, starting with positional arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, variable length arguments, keyword variable length argument. So all of them play a very key role. So we'll be understanding about each one of them. So for our understanding, because whenever you write some comments, it will be easier for you to understand, or you just revise it, it will be easy. So keyword arguments, each one of them play a very key role, because we have understood how to define a function and how do you write the logic and how do you call. We'll be understanding about properties of the arguments. Then we'll understand how does functions are considered as first class objects. We'll be making everything out of a function. So default arguments, variable length, and keyword variable length. These 5 types play a very key role. Basically, we can also consider them. The actual arguments used in a function call can be of 4 types or 5 types basically, including keyword variable length, because that also comes under variable length only. We'll be writing in the format of double star quarks. We'll be learning about each one of them, right? So based on these 5 types of arguments, we'll understand the difference between how do we define positional, and what makes it sense to keyword, and internally every one of them play a very key role according to your problem statement.